I want to thank Equator and Ramesh for being such wonderful partners to us this time, second year in a row. And hopefully a partnership that will last long. Ramesh, thank you for your partnership. Once again, looking forward to, the winners do, looking forward to celebrating the winners. Do look up their work, do give them a shout out on social media. It's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Firstly, the award, this is the second edition of the awards, okay? And what I'm most grateful for is I can talk to you personally. Because the MMA Awards is actually a COVID baby. It was born last year. And we thought about it in a particular way, and I'll share that with you. But the fact that I can stand in front of all of you and listen to you, see your faces, and not talk to a bunch of, postage stamps on an iPad is really gratifying. Right? That's the first thing. The second thing is that, now Mint is in its 15th year of what they say is unbiased chronicling of the Indian dream. It is true. It is about the Indian dream. And most of you here actually, in some way or the other, are compositions of that part of the dream. And we expect many more things to come in the future from people like yourself and people not in this room. But as you go along, it will be chronicled by Mint. I think what is left out is the fact that someone like Mint has the ability to make you think every day differently. Exactly what Steve Jobs said. Who spends half a page on the importance of balconies in a business newspaper? Who spends half a page on the value of a crazy boss? This is the kind of stuff that they make you think about in the context of an economy and a society that is changing every day. And we are both the beneficiaries and contributors to that kind of a society. And just remember that. 15 years, I think they deserve a big hand for where they are, what they've done so far. Okay. When we started talking about this award, it is because of this difference in thinking that we had the, let me say, the courage and the confidence of doing an award with someone like them, because they're not linear, right? I, for example, cannot finish my chai in the morning without the Mint. And I keep telling SK this every day. I remind him as many times as I meet him, right? He took it lightly first, and I think increasingly he got why I'm saying that. And therefore, when we started talking about these awards, we were very clear and categorical that this is not going to be about creative excellence, neither is it going to be about high quality of entertainment, which many awards over the years have been, and which many brands, advertising campaigns have been. We were very clear it must do two things. For someone to deserve an award like this must be two things. One, it should have made the customers think differently about the company, number one. Number two, there should be a material difference in the vector of the business. And I'll explain that to you in terms of the filters as I go along. There should have been a material difference in the vector of the business as a consequence of this campaign. If you don't have these two, you don't deserve that award, right? And that's how tough these awards are. Okay? We live in difficult times. We could be much bigger, many more people in this room, all of that. We'll get to that in year 3, there's no doubt. But it's important to make sure that the fundamental dimensions of why this award was born is understood by all of you, right? Very interestingly, I want to share with you what I found, at least my colleague shared the data with me, is the difference between last year's finalists and this year's finalists. Okay, no marks for guessing, but here are the top 3 categories from last year's finalists. Do you know what they could be? Okay, 1 is better health. 21, born in the COVID. The big category was better health. Is that right, Tarun? Yeah. The second was winning back customers. Customers that you lost, winning them back. The second set of finalists were from there. And the third was innovations in staying afloat. You might wonder, why the hell would you give awards for staying afloat? So for example, when everything was crashing around us in COVID, there was a company which actually had a campaign which said, hire a laptop a day for the price of a cup of coffee so that your people can keep working, right? That's the kind of stuff that people thought about, right? And they survived. It was important to stay afloat. 94,000 companies, SMEs, died in 1 month in April of 2021. I don't know if you know that, right? So staying afloat was actually, an achievement. Okay. Whereas in this year, the two top categories are personal finance and risk management, and the second is the growth, driving the growth of SMEs. These are the two top sets of finalists for this year, right? Finally, a word about the awards themselves, okay? I'm not getting into the maths of it and how we calculate and all of that, but I'm giving you the 4 filters through which we put these, at least the team put these nominations that we got. Okay? First was very basic, that a minimum expenditure of 10 crore on the campaign is what we expected for you to qualify. Below that, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, it went on to like 50 crores and all of that as a range, but 10 crores is the bare minimum. This does not apply to the last category of award, which is the social impact award. Okay. So for every other segment, this 10 crores applies. The second is, listen to this, single-mindedness in the materiality of the business issue. So if you are vague about it, we want to be better recognized, we want to get better top of mind, you don't qualify. You have to be very clear, what's the business issue? Was it clear? Was it single-minded? Okay, and the third one was, you should have been able to define the size of the opportunity that you went after. The fourth, very simple, you should have got growth over category growth. So these were the 4 filters. Make sense? Yeah? You can beat me up afterwards, outside, over a drink. Okay, and with that, I'll come to the 12 awards. I'll just tell you what those awards were, the 12 categories. The first is, of course, we live in a digital age, so this is a no-brainer. The Best Use of Influencer Award. Okay. The second is Best Innovation and Creativity Standard. The Best Storytelling Award. SK Skokuba touched upon this. The fourth is the Fast Track Future Award. Okay. The Youth Marketeer of the Year. The Global Thought Leader. The Best Digital Strategy. The Best Use of Electronic Media. The Best Integrated Campaign, and last but definitely not the least, my favorite, the Best Social Impact Award. Right? Now, to break the suspense, to let all of you know whether you won or not, over to SK. Thank you very much, SK.